What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer / seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hello, Greg. Happy Monday to you.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing
You
well.
were further from me. I couldn't
Yeah.
get
I don't like
easily.
it. I don't like it.
don't
I'd like
either.
us to be closer and Tim just be a little further.
We should
away.
have
Just
a love
a little
seat
bit
here.
away.
You
We
know
could
what
sit
I
in the
mean?
same seat.
I'm down.
We'll trade off. We'll trade
Tim,
off.
that's the
I already hate
energy.
this. I already hate it.
Forbes
You know?
30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. for two more, including this episode of the Kind of Funny podcast, the engaged one, at Tim Geddes.
Let Tim host. It's crazy. This is such a rare occurrence. The three of us on a show, just us together.
Yeah.
Like normally it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Normally there's, the world's falling apart, social injustices. Now it's just a Monday. Just worked out this way.
Just how it is. Everybody's on
nice.
assignment. Everybody's got something to go do, something to work on, some review, something they need their extra time for. Not us. My review's
Not
not
us.
till next week. I got plenty of time.
Excited.
What are you reviewing?
Can't tell you.
Sick.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Sick.
I would love
Wouldn't
to
you
know.
love to know?
I would love to
You can
know.
walk by my desk, see me playing anytime. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
good.
You've been in there killing that Elden Ring, I see.
It's fun, man. It's we're working our way up to this Friday. We're doing another marathon stream for the DLC for Erd Tree, so that's gonna be fun.
Tree.
The Erd Tree. So if you guys want to come hang out with us, that'll start after Game Showcase on Friday on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames.
Can you believe the balls they have? 25 million copies sold of this game, Elden
Yeah.
Ring. And they're going to put out the expansion, call it Erd Tree.
They ain't worried. They got it. They ain't scared.
They definitely are, and I appreciate it. Like,
Yeah.
good for them, but like, that's a lot. You
I
know
mean,
what
they definitely know what they have.
Yeah.
They're not worried about it. They know they were going to sell that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Where are you right now with your enjoyment of the Erd Tree, Nicholas?
Well, I haven't played Erd Tree yet. We're still
Oh,
playing.
yeah, you're right. Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I enjoy it because I enjoy playing with Mike and Andy. I think the seamless
And this is
co-op
the thing,
mod
too. This is a mod.
it's a
Yeah?
seamless co-op mod put out by I forget the company. I'd love to shout them out. Maybe someone in the live chat
Mad
can
Cats.
shout them out right now. Probably.
Game Genie.
So much so, I think people are enjoying it so much that if I'm not mistaken, the creator of Elden Ring was like, "Hey, I see it. Like we see that you guys like this, so maybe we'll do a seamless co-op mod for the game at some point later down the road." I'm like, that would be so rad because it's really fun and it's it's a mod, so it's every once in a while you just can't see the bad guy that's killing you or whatever. But for all intents and purposes, it's some of the most fun we've had streaming. Period.
But again, back to it. I would traditionally think a Souls-like game, not your cup of tea.
It is not my cup of tea, but it's fun to play with Mike and Andy because I think you get it's a different dynamic. So when I went to play Dark Souls for the first time with Mike, I was like, I don't understand why people enjoy this.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people want this experience in their lives. The game is, you can hear, you guys can go back and watch. I'm like, this game is willfully obtuse. This game is just hard for no reason. It is, the mechanics are basically fundamentally broken in that game. And I don't understand why people crave this experience. And then you cut to like 15 minutes ago when I got out of the lab and I'm smiling. I'm having a great time.
You guys are screaming in there today.
We spent an hour and a half trying to beat one boss and didn't beat him.
Yeah.
And it's some of the most fun I've had playing with the boys in a while. So it's fun. I will never. I'll never play a game, but I'll never play that game by myself. Forget it.
Okay.
It's just I don't need that. I don't need that smoke in my life.
Do you stop and think about it? Us three, it's been quite the journey these past 10 years. Obviously more than that, 2012 when I started doing the fucking Oreo show and the Collins show. Do you ever stop and think about like your evolution as a gamer throughout it? Because it's not that you didn't play games before, but you definitely were the least gamer of all of us.
It's funny because people ask me outside, they go, "What do you do?" And I go, "Well, we do this, and Twitch stream." And they go, "Oh, so you play a lot of games?" And I go, "No, I never play games." And then every time I do that, I stop and think, "Oh, I play games 3 hours a day."
Yeah.
Different games. Like I don't. I'm kind of I have a good knowledge of a wide breadth of games, but I'm a master of none of them.
Sure.
With the rare, I wouldn't say I'm a master, but with the exception of like Rebirth, Call of Duty, Ranked, which we've been playing a lot, which I actually I'm now like so deep down that rabbit hole that I'm competent enough, but I'm so deep down the rabbit hole that I'm following like COD community.
Oh my God.
To get that meta loadout. It's pretty incredible to the point where I was like, I downloaded an app and I was reading about which app to get on Reddit. Yeah. And someone was like, "You got to pay for this app." I'm not paying for that garbage.
You're paying for that fucking app?
So I might pay for this. We'll see what happens. But it's nice to do that. And I think one of the reasons why I can see why people like Elden Ring is because I feel like so many experiences in gaming are just like, I feel like I'm wasting time. I'm not
Yeah.
investing in this.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring is one of those games like Call of Duty where I feel like you can get better and better and better at it, similar to every game, really, if you think about it. But one of the reasons I love COD is because I'm like, it's new every single time I jump in, and I feel myself getting better. For instance, me, Mike, and Chris Anka have been playing ranked every night.
Yeah.
I don't think Chris is going to play with us anymore. Because he got
You're
so
holding him
bad
back.
the other night, he ulted forward and just hasn't talked to me since. We might send him flowers. We'll put it that way.
What did you do?
I went through the door and I wasn't supposed to go through the door, Greg. You can't go through the window. We drop chem engineering. That's our normal rotation. And the idea is we always have to hold down this patio area that we're on top of.
Yeah.
And then if there's another team, we push together. And I got a little excited.
Yeah.
And I pushed through, and Mike saw me and was like, I'll go too. And Chris is like screaming at us, like, don't go through the window, don't go through the door, don't go through the window. And I went and I just clashed with 3 dudes, and they iced me and Mike, and then just hunted Chris down. And Mike's like, he waited the perfect amount of time, and he goes, do you guys want to play? And Chris goes, nope, and then left the Discord, just gone. Like gone.
Amazing.
And I haven't talked to him. That was 3 days ago. I haven't talked to him.
Amazing.
So I think I got to
love that.
send him. Mike's like, maybe we send him some flowers and
Because
say,
this is the whole
let them
thing.
know
I
this is
remember
sorry
there
we
was a
went through the door.
conversation,
Sorry,
where
the door.
you guys were holding him back. It was in this game because you guys play a lot of games together. I
We-
know, but like there was something where in the rank thing he was getting pulled back because of you guys.
Yeah, are you familiar with like ranked play?
I mean the
Sort of.
concept.
So ranked play, I'm not sure how it is for like for other
Yeah.
games of the same ilk, but for Call of Duty, you have to buy in. You have to buy in with what's called SR points,
Okay,
and you get
okay.
a certain amount of SR points. Like so, right now I'm chasing Platinum 3, which is 4,800 points. I got 150 to go, but it costs you 50 to buy in.
Gotcha.
So if you don't go positive, you start sliding backward.
Sure.
And they're all diamonds, so their buy-in's like 75 or something crazy like
Gotcha.
that. So we played the first 3 games well, but then after a while, did the games fatigue you?
Oh sure.
You get to a certain
You're not as
point where
sharp
you're
as
like,
you were
I
when you first
can't.
start, yeah.
And so you start making dumbass decisions.
It's like
and
real
then-
gambling where you're like, another one.
I mean, it
gotta
really
get
is.
it back. I can feel it. I can get it. I can do it.
And you just do, and like
Yeah.
every once in a while you'll win, and you'll get like you'll be up like 65. You feel great.
Yeah.
And then so we had some issues the other day. I have never gone beyond Plat 3. I'm trying to get Diamond.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Going for the
I
diamond.
appreciate that. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
pretty
I like
fun.
that. Yeah.
It's fun. Add some stakes to it.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying is like, you get better at it. Then when I go play normal, like Rebirth, just unranked, I feel myself being better than the other players that aren't cheating. For the most part, there's 50-50 now when you play Call of Duty. You'll
Yeah.
see a guy just laser or just snap onto you from across the map. You're like, okay, that guy's definitely cheating. Which I can't for the life of me figure out how they can't figure out how to not get cheaters in that game.
Sort it out, Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a serious question for you.
Oh shit.
Well, you have a fun topic, you said.
I
Or
mean,
a topic.
oh, I have an update. It's a very important update.
Okay.
It's
Well, I
been
wanna
a
get-
long. Go for it.
I want to get to it right after I remind everybody that this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 3 best friends gather on this table, each coming to hang out with each other and talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. If you want to talk with us, of course, you should be part of the show. You could be live right now in the comments, leaving your questions, comments, and concerns, just like Asher, Sound of a Smirk, Joshy G, and Lemon Bendy. Of course, they're watching live as we record because they support us with the Kind of Funny membership for $10 on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or patreon.com/kindoffunny. You can get your Kind of Funny membership. Of course, it would get you good karma for supporting an 11-person small business. It would also get you each and one of our shows ad-free. You get the ability to watch the afternoon podcast live as we record them. And of course, you'd get the daily multimedia experience known as Greg Way. Today, I lament not being raised a Nintendo child. Of course, no bucks tossed our way, no big deal. YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames and podcast services around the globe each and every week. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Nathan Lamoff, Kieran Lindener, Fargo Brady, Alex J. Sandoval, James Hastings, and Casey Andrew. Today we're brought to you by Harry's, Shady Rays, and A Better Paradise. But Timothy Geddes, give me your update.
So, on many iterations of Kind of Funny, we've had different shows. There was the morning show, there was
Sure.
Internet Explorers.
Sure.
And on those shows, we often would go to a source of entertainment that was unlike anything else.
Okay.
Vin Diesel's Instagram.
Yes.
It
All right.
never fails.
And it's been a
It
while.
never fails.
It's been a while since, I follow him, so I do see whenever he posts. Of course, I have to go read his captions because they're always just incredibly Vin-credible, some might say, okay? And it's been a while since there's been any that I felt the need to bring to Nick's attention,
Oh.
Greg's attention.
Oh.
But on Father's Day yesterday,
Oh, perfect.
something happened that I just
Is he a
can't-
father?
I mean, he raised a generation.
My father.
So here's the thing, Kev. I would appreciate if you could bring up the Instagram post that I sent to assets there from Mr. Diesel.
Now Vin's posts always an odd picture with a mind-numbingly awesome caption.
Yeah.
It's a caption that once you get through, you go, I cannot believe an adult human being wrote that.
So
okay, this looks cool. That's a cool picture.
So here we go.
Fast X.
I'm gonna read the caption here. Happy Father's Day to you all. While location scouting in Europe for Riddick, the concept art from Fast 10 Part 2 keeps pouring in. Wait till you see the American road trip. Ha ha. Hashtag Happy Father's Day. Now you might read this and go, Tim, why would you bring this up? There's nothing weird about this. Well, what's weird about it is he edited the caption because this is not what it said yesterday.
Oh, no.
What it said yesterday was, Happy Father's Day to you all. While location scouting in Europe for Riddick, the concept art from Fast 10 Part 2 keeps pouring in. Wait till you see the American road trip. Ha ha. On a side note, I saw warships off my country's shores. I'm not the Tucker type. As a father, my kids live in that country. Putin, I will fly to the Caribbean. Come have dinner. Let's not let foolishness dictate the future. Hashtag Happy Father's
he's
Day.
Dennis Rodmaning it.
What the actual fuck?
Yes. So that's a lot to unpack.
It's just a lot.
That makes more sense for the comment Kevin showed. Again, that makes more sense for one of the comments there. Because when it just said this stuff and I read it, this one person, Elena, responds, Vladimir Putin is an amazing father heart. He is working hard to get Havana syndrome shut down in the Caribbean.
First off, that's a lot to unpack too. Guarantee that's a bot, right? There's no way that's a real human being. That's like a Putin Russian bot that's programmed anytime they see Putin to just do something positive about Putin.
Wild stuff though. I'm just scrolling yesterday. I'm seeing all these pictures of Ben, pictures of like all my friends' kids and shit. And then I see, oh shit, like Vince posted some Fast 10 stuff. Wow.
Also, is that AI generated? That looks
that, well, that's the thing too. I mean, it's concept art, so like who the hell knows? You know what I mean?
Looks AI generated.
But
I wouldn't be surprised. It also trips me out that I was like, wait, why is the driver on the right side? But then I was like, oh, maybe he's in Europe. Maybe it's a London.
It's an
thing.
American road trip. I don't know.
That's true.
Well, that's the other funny thing. While location scout in Europe. Oh, I guess no, that's not.
No, to be fair, let's unpack this. Shout out to him for doing Riddick 4. I'm very excited about that. As you guys know, I love Riddick 4. I hope he doesn't get canceled before then for his unbridled love of Tucker Carlson. I don't know what's going on with that comment.
Well, no, he said I'm not the Tucker.
Yeah, but he said it ironically, like I'm not the Sean Hannity type, but you know what I mean? Is that did I read that incorrectly?
That's how I heard it. But it was like, yeah, I'm not.
Like I don't support Fox News, but Sean Hannity's my god.
I think it was the opposite. I think I
read it again. Or can I? I'll find it on the internet too.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones I need to see. This is like this is like a game showdown math problem.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem too. There was a lot of spelling errors. And grammar issues. So
so it's like reading a text from my mom where you're like, I'm not sure if you're mad at me or happy with me.
Yeah.
Because you're doing all caps, no punctuation whatsoever.
Kev, I'm going to send another link to assets that's
the Vulture headline. Vin Diesel invites Putin to dinner and Father's Day post.
It's wild. I mean, like, of course, deleting it, I guess, makes sense. But this is just the typical type of post he does. You know what I mean? This one's a little more weird.
Vin Diesel celebrate every facet of his fatherhood this Father's Day. What does that mean? Glad you asked. Diesel acknowledges kids in his post, sure, but only in passing and as part of a dinner invite to Vladimir Putin.
Yeah,
that's
if you scroll down, Kev, the full quotes there. Yeah, right there, up a bit. No, sorry, up on the page.
They quote right there. Yeah.
On a side note,
I saw warships off my country's shore. I am not the Tucker type. ... See, when you write "I'm not the Tucker type." ... To me that reads, but as a father, my kids live in this community. We should. I don't know. Country, excuse me. Putin, I will fly to the Caribbean. Come have dinner. Why the Caribbean?
Also, what's going on with the warships? Are they off our shore?
I mean, I don't know. Went to Pearl Harbor. Who knows? We don't fucking know where he's at. He says I'm in Europe. I saw warships off my country's shores. Is he talking about the country, his original country of birth?
I think so.
So where is he from in Europe? Because I thought he was American.
I don't know where the Caribbean comes into play.
No,
I don't know how.
Wasn't there some there's a bunch of like Russian ships like going to different areas to be like strategically placed if anything were to happen?
I don't. Maybe, but I mean, are they off the coast of Florida?
I think so.
That
No
sounds
way.
wild.
We wouldn't let this shit happen.
It's international waters, though.
But
Yeah, I just wanted to
I don't
share
know.
this with
I
you
think when
guys.
you say I see warships off the coast of my shore, I think it means to me, and maybe I take it too literally, that you can actually physically see the warships off the coast when you're standing on the side.
I mean, that's what I assumed. reading
Yeah,
that.
man,
yeah.
yeah, man, that's weird.
It's weird.
Again, maybe we just need to switch him to like a nice sativa blend when before, and then take the phone away from him when he starts Instagram blogging.
Yeah.
On August 19th, 2014, Vox had the headline, Vin Diesel names Vladimir Putin to the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Amazing.
So they have a pre-existing relationship.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're probably pretty close.
That's Greg Miller
well, I
logic.
mean, you feel like you definitely want to be in a good company with like Steven Seagal and hanging out with Putin. You know,
Is that what he's doing?
Steven Seagal went to Russia for a while. He was like hanging out with Putin for a while.
Huh.
Yeah, Seagal, of course. Let's see. Gavin Olson says Russian ships currently in Cuba. Well, okay, great. We're headed toward another Cuban Missile Crisis. Isn't that going to be fun for everyone?
Huh.
It's Russian ships in Cuba. Okay. Well, I mean, technically, I guess that would be off the coasts of Florida if they're near Cuba, right, Kevin? That makes sense.
Yep.
Hard to believe Vin has more informed on the world events than Nick. LOL. That's fair enough.
I mean, he's world traveled.
I mean,
he is a man of the world.
He looks like Mr. Worldwide, so
Yeah.
got that going for him.
Shout out to Pitbull.
Huh.
The concept, an entity.
He's just a performer.
Yeah. I mean, just to think about the amount of Fast and Furious soundtracks he's had songs on, it's very impressive.
It is impressive.
For the decades of that franchise. And Pitbull's been there since, not day one, but
Wait.
day two.
What's the release schedule for 10 Part 2?
Lord knows.
We don't know.
Lord
Are
fucking
they filming
knows.
it?
Not yet.
Really?
There's so much conflicting shit. Like we're in the era of Vin Diesel just saying stuff, and then like the studios being like,
happy to be like,
"Hey,
no, that's
what
not
do you?
right."
What? I mean, I bet that is
Isn't
AI.
that what
I
he
bet
said?
that was not sent to him by concept artists. I bet he just saw it and was like, oh, that looks cool. You know?
Because wasn't at one point, didn't he say, hey, it's going to be a trilogy?
Oh,
And
yeah.
the studio's like, what?
What are you
We
talking
don't
about?
think that's
Yeah,
true.
he said it was going to be
We didn't
that
greenlight
10 was going to be a trilogy, but now because of the poor performance of 10 and like the ballooning budgets, the word on the street is that Universal's like, back to the roots. We're just staying in LA. Let's do a very small car story.
I love that.
And
And he's
Vin's
like, "No way."
No, biggest one ever. It
Yeah,
has to be the
we
biggest ever.
gotta go to
Which, like,
Mars.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm all about it, no matter what happens. Like at this point, they fucked everything up so bad. But without spoiling anything, with the way they ended 10, you can't just go to a small thing after that. It'd be the most bizarre shit.
I don't even remember.
I was
how
gonna
they
ask you,
ended
can you
it.
spoil
Oh,
10,
wait, is that,
please?
is
I
that
mean,
the
give it-
submarine?
I can do the whole thing of like, I'll tap my head, video
Everyone
listeners
tap
when
their
it's
head.
over, and audio listeners just
We'll make a
fucking
sound of a
pull
goose.
over.
We'll make a sound of a goose when it's done.
Yeah. So
How would they know?
you'll know. Okay,
Give us
fine.
30
This is a
seconds.
spoiler
He's gonna
warning,
explain in 30
everybody, for
seconds.
this.
Skip 130 seconds from now.
Starting now.
Go.
The Rock's back.
Yeah.
Giselle's back.
Oh, right.
Right.
Giselle came back.
You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Like that's insane.
Han's still alive or dead?
Well, it ended on a cliffhanger
Right.
of Vin Diesel seeing potentially the entire family's plane go down.
Right.
So they might
Oh, that's
all
right.
be
over
dead.
the Hoover Dam or whatever.
And then
it
they
was,
drove off the Hoover Dam.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
So yeah,
What an interesting and weird.
Jason Momoa's out
Jason
there.
Momoa's out
Yeah.
there. I forget this.
his
movie.
brother John Cena probably actually dead.
Yeah,
No.
maybe. Until, well, they'll bring him back when the ratings
Big
drop.
Cena?
Big Cena.
That's right. He died in the car crash,
Car
saving
flip.
the kid, right, or whatever it was.
Yeah, crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, it's wild. It's funny because you saying that Universal. I think we're done now, right?
Yeah, give me the goose.
Go go. How does a goose sound? Ah,
Yeah.
Affleck. You telling me that they're gonna go back to basics and have just a fun story in LA makes me
Well,
that,
no, that's not exactly what he said.
well, I'm saying
That's
like
what the studio wants.
wanting to make it smaller. I think I would. I mean, obviously, I'll love it either way. We're gonna go see it. We're gonna blast whatever. But as you know, I've been watching. I went back inspired after watching Bad Boys Ride or Die to go back and watch Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2. And Bad Boys 1, such a small film, such a very very like low budget, $17 million budget,
Téa
whatever
Leoni.
it was. Téa Leoni just horribly miscast in that film. No, shout out to Téa Leoni, love her. But I'm watching this with Dee, and she's like, "Why would they cast her in this role?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, she just comes off so much smarter than Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in this. I'm like, yeah. She seems like she should not be in this role at all. Anyway, long story short, watching that movie and seeing how small it was and seeing like just the dumb little stupid story they cobbled together through all the improv and all the rewrites and all this stuff. And then reading trivia about Bad Boys 2, how that at one point in Bad Boys 2, while they were filming on one side of Miami, Fast and Furious 2 was filming on the other side. And I'm like, oh man, those are the days.
Those
When you
are
just
the
made
days,
when you made these
everyone.
dumb stories that didn't really work, but they were just shot in this cool town, and the town was a character of it. And then you flash forward 10 years later, we're like in Tyrese and Luda are in space. I'm
Yeah,
like, what
dude.
are we doing?
Hell yeah.
Where are we at? We got to bring it back down to basics.
Yeah.
Where are the DVDs?
I was
You know,
going to
we
say
gotta
that
chase the
needs that
DVD
should be the
players.
final thing
It
they're
should.
after, what they go steal or whatever the final thing. You okay?
Yeah, I got
Want me to rub
a
it?
weird nerve here. Every time I cross my leg, it like exacerbates, it like aggravates it, and then it like sticks. I'm getting old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Wait.
stop doing that.
I mean, you crossing your legs?
Yeah, I've crossed my legs and my bone hits right here every single time,
Yeah.
and it has like I have like a very aggravated nerve / muscle there now.
Gotcha.
I can't cross my legs anymore,
Okay.
so I keep putting it up here.
Do whatever you got to do.
If you're some sort of scientist or doctor in the chat right now, let me know what that is and if it's healable by more caffeine.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm looking through
You
because
think
like remember,
dehydrating my muscles?
I remember
is a
way
bad
back in the
idea?
day. I think even before we were doing. Yeah, it would have been before we were doing any of our content, any of our podcasts. I used to have this knee problem that felt like my knee was going to explode.
Oh my god.
Like I would be sitting there, and the worst ever was I was in a movie on a date, and like it's just like searing, insane pain in my knee to the point that I had to get up and just stand up in the row, like to stretch out, like to elongate my knee, or it was gonna fucking pop.
Yeah,
And it
What
would
movie
happen.
you watching?
I don't remember. Doesn't matter. No, I was gonna say. I was gonna say maybe Dark Knight Rises. That's not right. But it was like so fucking horribly bad, and I like. You know, it happened a few more times if I would just leave my knee bent without being able to move it or whatever. So I went to the doctor. And these fuckers don't know anything. You know what I mean?
They took get an MRI.
They took one look at me and like, oh, probably your shoes. Like, stop wearing Converse. They're giving you flat feet. That's screwing up your gait. I was like, oh, man, that fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never stop though.
And so I was like super sad about it. And I got ready to do it. And I think I might have even done it. I might have even bought other shoes or whatever. But I was lamenting the whole issue. And I went to pick up my ex, and she was there with her trainer or whatever. And I knew him in passing, obviously. He's like, hey, and he was like, took one look at me, and he goes, I heard about the shoe thing in your knee. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks, blah, blah, because he wears Converse. He's like, I work out in Converse all the time. I work out in Converse, weirdo. Like, you know, blah, blah. And he took one look at me, and he goes, do you always wear your bag like that? And I was wearing a shoulder bag, but I had it all the way down on my side. So it was like,
Slamming
he's
against
like,
your knee or
he's like,
whatever.
no, it's just throwing your gait off.
Yeah.
So it's throwing your gait and your hips off, and that's what's happening. Your knee's getting misaligned. And then
Just don't lie.
I cinched the bag up. My old Superman message bag at IGN.
Isn't it funny how little changes like that? Remember when my back went out at the old studio?
Yeah.
I'll never
You
forget.
had to crawl.
man.
I had to
Crawl
crawl.
to the office.
Terrifying.
And I'll never forget what caused that was just sitting improperly on my couch while I played games.
Yeah.
I was just sitting like this, and my lower back just like I'd have my feet up on my coffee table, and it wasn't supporting my lower back, and so it would put strain on like that sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
And it occasionally would just go out on me. I haven't had that since I literally got a new couch,
Yeah.
and I begged my wife. I was like, please, can we get one that a child can sit at and still have their feet on the ground? Because my legs are so short. She's like, yeah, I've never had that problem again. Plus, I play most of my games like a real man on PC.
You're a fucking loser. You only do that because your wife shoves you in that room. She's embarrassed by you, you PC gaming weirdo.
She heard me playing COD the other day, and she was like, it's so
We're
cute.
not having sex for another
She's like, it's so cute that you
month.
take that so seriously.
That is so fucking funny.
I know.
Little pat on the
I
head.
know.
I hear you and your friends calling out your little things.
Ah, she was like, you weren't supposed to go through that window, I hear. Sorry, Chris Anka.
It's like the next morning at breakfast. She's like, all right, now, Chris Anka called me. And he wanted me to
It's-
talk about using our listening ears. All right. I heard you.
It's so sad because imagine you work a really long day like Chris Anka does. He's a real job. I was explaining to him.
First off,
Yeah.
watching our stuff while he draws.
That's
all
fine.
right. He fucking doodles for a living and listens to podcasts.
I wanna-
Don't tell me that's a real job.
I went out to dinner with a buddy of mine, and he was like, "What are you playing?" I was like, "COD." He goes, "Who you play with?" I was like, "I play with my Mike, who he knows." And then my buddy Chris Anka. He goes, "What? Who's Chris Anka guy?" I was like, "Oh, he's like what? Like really high up, like one of the pretty much the lead, artist for
Doodler.
Into the Spider-Verse." And my buddy, without missing a beat, was like, "Why does he fucking talk to you?"
It's like, oh, he's
And
a fan of
I was
me.
like, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, imagine you work a hard day, a long day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, imagine this.
And
You
then
wake up at a fucking blistering 3 p.m. You go to your desk, get a piece of paper, some crayons. All right. Every falls all over you to jerk off and say how amazing
my
it is.
God.
You know what I mean? I
Wow.
keep Chris Anka grounded.
That's fair. So do me and Mike. But imagine you go,
love
I
you,
just
Chris.
want to hop onto Discord with some of my friends and play some games that are going to make me happy. And your only respite, your only outlet to play a game you love is me and Snowbike Mike.
I mean, it's concerning.
And you're
All of
trying
it.
to win while simultaneously hurting two annoying cats.
Yeah.
But you're also laughing it up. You know
Oh,
what
we're
I
having
mean?
a great time.
Watching some people have the best time.
Oh,
out
we're
there.
having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Destiny?
I don't understand why people
Every
like that
time
game.
I go to Andy's stream
Yeah.
at random points, and I like to ask him where the bodies are at. Leave the chat. But I got on there last night and I saw him playing with Mike, and I'm like, oh, Nick can't be happy about this.
No, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with it. Obviously, Mike can do what he wants to do. I played Destiny. Maybe I think we've tried playing it 3 or 4 days in a row with Chris sort of leading us, and it's just it was back in like I think it was like a year ago, right when the studio launched, and I was like, I just don't understand why people love this. It just feels like there's so many menus and so much shit to go through.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the actual gameplay, this is the big problem I have with that is it just feels pre-programmed and doesn't feel like it's spontaneous. You're just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like you get the same level of action that you get when you're actually playing against, for the most part, real
PvP.
human beings.
Yeah, when you're
Yeah.
doing PvP
You
like
know.
you like in Call of Duty.
Yeah, but
understand that.
you know, I don't know. Mike, depending on whoever asks Mike, he either loves Destiny or hates it.
Sure.
So.
Mike's a chameleon.
Yeah, he really is.
He'll blend in
Love it.
wherever.
He's just full of it.
You want somebody to be on the inside with Putin? Mike. Snowbike Mike.
You put Mike in a room with Putin, all wars are done.
He would just come back and be able to tell us everything, you know. But he would agree with everything, so Putin would think he's an ally, and then we'd have to question where.
For sure, the FBI would have some questions. The CIA would have some questions for him. You know what I mean?
God
You know,
bless
you
him.
hate to see it, you know, because Mike would fold under pressure. He wouldn't do well with the CIA when they
Oh,
started
no.
cross-examining him in the room.
They'd take away his giant bottle of water and he'd
Yeah.
crumble
Yeah,
like a house of cards.
yeah.
Just bad.
He's a guy, that Mike.
I love
He
him.
really is a guy.
He put these shoes on that he got from EA, and he was like, "Slappy, what do you think of these?" I was like, "I don't know." He goes, "Yeah, they're ugly, aren't they?" I love wearing them. I'm like, there's so many conflicting emotions that's happening in me right now. Like, do you like them or not? I can't tell.
Andy told me something alarming today. I think it was on Games Daily, where he was saying that there was one time that Mike called him or Discorded in to Andy and a couple of their boys and was like, "Hey, I'm in the woods right now. My phone has like 5% battery. If you don't hear from me in 6 hours, like come get me or come find me or whatever."
Sure.
And just
That's the right thing to do.
everything about that. I mean, I get that there was like a safety thing. I understand the function,
Yeah.
but Andy Cortez,
Oof.
you're gonna tell
Woof.
you're gonna put that on Andy Cortez?
Yeah, not the guy that
I
I,
don't
want
know,
to come
man.
find me.
And I just think it's just so funny that, like, I mean, Mike also, like, Mike, just don't put yourself in situations where you're out in the
Nah,
woods.
Mike's got to fly. Mike's got to do his thing.
I don't know.
Adventure.
Maybe
Travels
not
up
like
and down
that.
that coast.
Adventure with a charged phone. You know what I mean?
That's
the
not part of the
privilege to
adventure.
adventure, you need to charge your phone.
Where's the fun in
Exactly. You ever see 27 Hours Later? James Franco didn't
I
bring the
didn't.
Gatorade with him, did he?
You're
that?
right.
Hey, you got to bring the Gatorade.
That is true.
How else are you going to recycle it by peeing into your own mouth?
That's what he did.
I never saw the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never saw it because everyone's like, "Oh, no, you're never gonna believe what happens there." He cuts his own arm off, and I was like, I don't want to see that.
Sure.
You know, it's the same reason why I never watched Into the Wild with Emil Hirsch,
Oh, yeah.
where it was just about he's like, I just don't
Emil
want to be in
Hirsch.
society anymore. And I kind of read about him. It was like just kind of some rich kid that decided he didn't want to fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck you do? And then died because he ate some stupid berries. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah, let's just. We're in the safe spot of the podcast, right? Not, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm so scared.
had it coming.
Yeah, oh my
You know
god,
what
yeah,
I mean? You know what
100%.
I mean? Had it coming.
Look, dude,
There's a lot of people I watch in these documentaries. You're extreme sportser. I'm gonna go free solo and stuff. I'm like, you're allowed to do that, but when it goes wrong, I'm not gonna shed a tear. All right, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
When the wings,
See, I just
when
don't want
when
that to
I have
be
a heart
Mike.
attack because all the wings and pizza, don't be like, oh man, you
Dude.
know what I mean? Fuck, what the hell?
when one day my heart beats so quickly because of all the
Coffee?
caffeine,
Yeah.
it's going to explode. You guys will be like, that's he that's how he would have wanted
I had a
to go
nice
out.
little, not like I had one of those like, you know, nods that I was right kind of moments
Mm-hmm.
from Jen the other day where I didn't watch that Into the Wild with her that I
Yeah.
remember. Maybe I did. I don't
Sure.
think I did though, but maybe I did. And I first watch was very much like, with all due respect, fuck this kid. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Why are they making a movie
everyone's
about
telling
him?
you
Why
not
are we
to
glorifying
do this.
this?
Everyone is trying to be nice to you, and you're
Right.
like, and it's like, well, just no, this ain't your thing. And then, but I guess when she saw it the first time, she was younger and didn't have that interpretation of it as much. And then she watched it recently with her sister, and they both were like, yo, there are a lot of places for him not to get completely dead by the end of this. And he ignored all the people trying to help him and be a good person because, yeah, he wanted to rebel or whatever.
Yeah, I think when you're younger, And when life is what's up? Probably from Kansas.
No. The chat pointing out that it was 127 hours.
What'd you say?
27 hours. And IC says, imagine cutting your arm off after 27 hours. That's like the old Poe one with me where I was always talking about, zombie apocalypse, I'd kill myself. Oh, this goes wrong. Horrible what if scenarios of aliens, I'd kill myself. Poe just said one day the power is going to go out and you're going to kill yourself thinking it's the end of the world.
Oh, man, that'll be the day. No,
You guys were talking about Into the Wild.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is. All I was envisioning, though, was without a paddle.
Oh, very
I was
similar.
just like, damn, that's
A little bit different.
very
Wait, was that
different
with
than
Dax Shepard?
Yeah, I was going to say
Which one was Dax
Green,
Shepard?
Dax and
Seth Green
And Matthew Lillard.
and Matthew Lillard. I don't know that I ever saw Without a Paddle. I think that was one of those where all three of those guys did that movie like right after they were hot. So I was like, I don't need
2004,
to see this.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like right after Matthew Lillard was kind of on the decline. Seth Green was like, he did Can't Hardly Wait. I was like, don't get me wrong, I'm a Seth Green fan, but I was like, I don't know that I need to rush out to see. And then Dax Shepard's always been one of those guys that like, now he's super respected. Everyone loves his podcast. Apparently he's got this great podcast that he does. But he was always one of those guys that I was like, you came from like an MTV reality show. You got to prove yourself to me, Dax Shepard. And I don't think it was until fucking Idiocracy that I was like, this guy's got the stuff.
This guy's
Guy's got the stuff for me.
What reality show? Punked?
I want to say,
Punky.
didn't he come from that? Or maybe he came from.
No, he came from Punked, but reality show makes it sound like real world.
Maybe I'm
rules.
thinking it was Punked. I just remember he was an MTV
He was on
guy.
Punked. He was on Punked.
He was an
Yes,
MTV
yes,
guy.
yes.
Reality shows were fucking crazy during that era, man. Like VH1, they would just do anything. Obviously, it's real life, all this stuff. There was a show, it was only one season, nobody's surprised, called The White Rapper Show. You also wouldn't be surprised that I was obsessed with it.
Of course.
Yeah,
Did you think about
shocked me
entering
on
it?
that.
Yeah. No. And
At one point, at no point did you think I could probably take that motherfucker.
No, definitely
Come on,
not.
bro.
Well, no, because like even watching it, like it was horrible.
Sure.
But it's also amazing. So much so that I was like, I wonder what's up with this fucking show. Not on streaming services, which is definitely a bummer. It's all on YouTube though, illegally. Like somebody just uploaded it. But I've just been putting it on and watching it, like as I'm doing emails, and it is.
We're a real business, everybody.
It's the funniest thing ever. Like some of the shit that is said and done is incomprehensible. I can't believe that there was any point that some of these people would do or say things they did. It does cross the line in many ways of like, oh, that is not good. Sure. But in other ways, it's just like, I mean, dude, freaking. There was a guy named the King of the Burbs.
Yeah.
King of the Suburbs.
Yeah, no, I got
Was
it.
it Chet Hanks?
And his whole thing is he's like, it's the ghetto revival. And I'm like, bro, you need to stop.
You
need to stop.
with that.
But anyway, for a good time, just look up White Rapper Show, like clip compilation.
Oh, perfect.
And oh my God.
Have you gone through the rabbit hole of like trying to find them and find out what happened? to
Oh,
them?
of course. They did a reunion podcast like
No
2 years
way.
ago. Yeah.
How they do
The
it?
show was hosted by MC Search, who is one of the guys from House of Pain, the jump around guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Legit. Pain legit.
Anyway, yeah, definely recommend it.
Or
It's
did they all land on their
hilarious.
feet?
No.
No.
It's-
I'm shocked on that one as well.
Such a dick.
But no, you're right that reality shows used to matter, man. You know what I mean?
Right, they
now you
did.
got your Vanderpumps and
They
your
pumping,
Love
dude.
Islands and your Blind Islands and all these things. But back in my day, next. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
dude. Oh,
Have them get off the bus, shut it down immediately. There were so
Room
many shows.
Raiders.
Room Raiders. Thank you.
People
I
are saying
wanted to
Room Raiders
bring-
in the chat. Gary the Third said, remember
I
Room
wanted to
Raiders.
bring up
There you
Room
go.
Raiders, but I could not remember it. I could picture it.
Room Raiders put the fear of God in every young man of a black light. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean? We're gonna
God.
break out that black light. And I was like, I was at that point, like, I mean, I was young enough watching that I didn't really understand what the black light was doing.
Yeah, but you knew you didn't want to be part
But
of it.
I
You
was
don't
like, I
want
don't want
you don't want
to
anything
be part of
found
that.
on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that. Remember those days? What was the one? Oh fuck. It wasn't as nearly as spicy as this. This would have been like daytime television, early evening on UPN or whatever one. But it was the one where like Therapist Joe
Dance
would pop
360.
up. The pop-ups they did, where they had the pop-ups. You remember talking about?
No.
Fuck. Chat, you're gonna help me on this one.
Stars
It's
moved by
like
Dax Shepard.
the dating show. It was the Blind Date. It was called Blind Date.
Blind
Oh,
Date.
yes.
Who was
Yeah.
the host for that? Wasn't there there was the guy?
There was
host
the
of that,
guy
right?
that did that. Yeah, I
That's not
forget who it
where
was.
Hardwick came from. was
No,
it?
Hardwick was singled out.
Singled
A
out.
dynamite show. dynamite show singled
I
out.
want to give
Missed
it.
that
I'd like to apologize to Dax Shepard. I'm reading his bio.
Yeah.
He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
Shepard graduated from Walled Lake Central High School, moved to California, graduated magna cum laude from UCLA with a BA in anthropology, was a groundling guy for a really long time, and then booked Punk. I'm sorry, I said he didn't have the stuff. My apologies.
Well, you
This guy
said
put the time in.
you said you thought he didn't have the stuff, but then you learned. I mean, you already said he was good now.
I threw shade at him.
I mean, it'll never be as bad as mine. You remember mine?
What'd you say about Dax?
You don't remember this?
No, but let's bring it up now.
It was
Let's
like-
burn our relationship with this human
I mean,
being.
this is already done, and it's very much in the same vein of you. You remember this?
No.
It's like one of those really funny moments of how you would talk to all your friends, how you would just talk to your friends, never remembering who our friends are.
Yeah.
Where we were doing this very podcast
do
back in the
remember.
day of the Game Over Greggy show, except that it was Michael
Oh,
Rosenbaum.
that's right.
And Dax Shepard came up in
And he's like, I'm a
conversation,
huge
and I
Dax
just
best
fucking
friend.
threw it out, just like threw it out of like, I hate Dax Shepard, totally based on nothing. I
Yeah.
don't know what I don't. I have no. Michael Rosenbaum just hard stopped looking at me. Dax Shepard's one of my best friends, and I was like, I mean, I don't even remember what I said.
It's first off, it's of the same vein of like me throwing out wildly that I hate Guy Fieri, where it's like,
Yeah.
why? You don't.
Yeah,
there's
you
no
know you
reason to
don't
hate
hate
this
him.
guy. This guy's a hardworking
Everybody
guy.
loves-
He brings
everybody
joy
loves
to
Guy.
million. He didn't do anything to you. I think with Dax Shepard, when I was such a dumb shit little kid that like I compartmentalized everything. I put everything. Sorry, not compartmentalized. I put everything in its category, right? So if you were an MTV guy,
Yeah.
I was like, stay in your fucking lane. You're
Sure,
from Punk'd. You don't got what it takes to be in the Dukes of
Okay.
Hazzard because it was him and Johnny Knoxville. And to me, I was like, these guys are not actors. And I didn't
That's
I
not
didn't
right.
That's not right.
No, I'm sorry, not from Punks. Dukes of Hazzard came out. It was Dax. Wasn't it Dax Shepard? Oh no, it was
no.
Sean Austin, whatever. and
Sean
Johnny
William
Knoxville.
Scott.
Yeah. God, Dukes of Hazzard kicked fucking ass.
No,
I
it was
hated that
awful.
movie.
It
It was
was
an
an
awful
awful
movie.
bad movie.
It's
Really
just
bad
very
movie.
bad
Bullshit.
movie.
When all of a sudden it turns into Super Troopers, best thing ever. So good.
Yeah, I'm conflating a lot of things, but it was like the same concept as Johnny Knoxville. I was like, you're from these weird MTV shows. Stay out of my movies. I'm a cinephile. Okay, you don't get to be an actor in Dukes of Hazzard. I was so mad when they cast him in that. Then I went and saw it, and I was like, oh, God. And again, Dax Shepard, I think, got lumped into there for me. And now, of course, I love Johnny Knoxville. I love those guys. Obviously, you can great people can do great work no matter where they're coming
Of
from.
course, yeah.
I'm a dumbass. I was a dumbass kid back then, and I think I carry a lot of those biases with me. But long story short,
You've
everyone should listen to
apologized.
Armchair Expert. Apparently, it's a very, very good podcast.
You haven't listened to
No, fuck no. I'm not going to fucking support
What
Dax
I
Shepard.
appreciate about, if we're going to turn this into the appreciation podcast for Dax Shepard, it's just the fact that him and his wife, Kristen Bell, right? Kristen Bell. Like, they're just in commercials now, and you just know they're a married Hollywood couple, and they
Yeah.
do shit together to make money. Man, that's great. Good job.
Anytime I see a Hollywood couple that's still married and still seems like they like each other,
Yeah.
I think it's a win. I mean, you put that in a win category for married people in entertainment across the board.
Well, you think Ben Affleck will ever be happy?
No,
Yeah,
I
two
don't-
gens come visit him.
Yeah, that can't be good.
I
That's not-
don't think. I mean, they're on the way out, right? Him and J-Lo, they're having some issues now.
Apparently, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's the tabloids. You know, he hasn't done a commercial
I
about Dunkin'
feel-
to tell me about
Look, I don't know Ben.
it. We should, though.
We should.
Thanks for nothing.
And I
Kirsten.
honestly think that Ben and I could be like super good friends. I think we'd hang and have a great time.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for him because obviously he lives his life in the public. He's had famous breakups, famous divorces, famous getting back together with J-Lo. She is a person that is super famous. He's super famous. That's always going to be difficult. But for the love of God, tabloid, folks, stop taking pictures of this poor guy when he's just having a cigarette.
Yeah,
Just trying to
leave
take
him
a
alone.
fucking break from his day. And you guys, and then they have these, Ben Affleck can't deal with his life. The guy's having a fucking dart. He's just hanging out, having a cigarette around the corner, not expecting anyone to see him. Or he's sitting on, and there's like that one picture of fucking Keanu Reeves sitting let the man have a fucking sandwich on the bench.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. Leave Ben Affleck alone. Has he not given us enough?
He gave us Batman.
He gave us Batman, and the Lord tooketh away.
It just sucks. I wish it would work out for him.
For Ben?
and any of his love.
I mean,
just wanna be happy.
I mean, obviously, it's his life is terrible. He's got this incredible career. He's a great director, good actor.
I'm just saying. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? Like, just
Look, I mean, we all love a success story. We all love the sort of like, you know, they break up, they get back together, and obviously, I was one of those people when he got back together with J-Lo. It's very nostalgic.
Of course.
You go, oh my God, this is he's
True
happy
love,
again.
20 years later, they're back together.
Who could have possibly thought that relationship was going to be complicated? Not me.
Are you
Not for
doing
one.
research over there? What are you doing?
Yeah, we're talking about like couples and like similar to the Vin Diesel updates. We used to check in of if Anna Kournikova and Enrique Iglesias are still together.
I don't think
They're
that
still
happened.
together.
Are they really?
Really?
Yeah,
I would have
But
thought that forever.
I was like, looking like there's this timeline.
I didn't like when everybody flipped on Enrique Iglesias, and I'm not. I don't know if I'm not even talking about it. If he
Well, it
did,
turns out he can't sing.
did he do anything bad? I don't know. But
Oh,
yeah,
he
when
just
when
can't
all
sing
of a
for
sudden
shit.
these videos started going around of him not being able to sing well at a show,
I don't
or
know
whatever,
about any of this stuff.
I don't know.
I
What
don't
was
want to hear
happening.
any of this slander.
Yeah,
I'm with
exactly.
you, Greg.
I mean,
Let
can't
him leave
escape this
Enrique
love.
Iglesias
all
alone
could-
unless
for
he's
my
a terrible
hero.
for
person.
all we know, these videos could have been totally fake, but there were videos of him like coming around where you hear the tracks and you're like, oh, he can't. It's all auto tune.
Yeah.
he can't really hold. He can't really hold a tune. But he's a good-looking fucking
He's
guy.
awesome.
So
But yeah,
everyone
him
shut
and
up.
Enrique.
You die.
If I
for the
told
one
you
you
to
love.
die,
Dude, they
Hold
don't make
me
it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Die.
think they're not married. They never have been married, but they have 3 kids together, and it
Aw.
sounds like they keep.
about
What is
Hayden?
she doing anymore?
don't
Not
know.
tennis, I know, but like, is she not commentating?
No, it's,
She's not doing like
rich.
the Challengers thing. I only know anything about the tennis from Challengers. She's not doing some kind of ad campaign.
Yeah, I
you
don't
know
I
what I mean?
imagine she's anecdotally involved. She was such a big name that you have to think she's getting on a commentary booth, a commentary table somewhere.
I'm gonna
right?
look into this.
She's Anna Kournikova to me, and granted, I don't know tennis for shit, but she is like one of the top 3 or 4 names of people that I could name in tennis. Like her, Federer, right? McEnroe.
Uh-huh.
You put the Williams sisters
The Williams
together?
sisters are in there,
Yeah.
and Will Smith from that movie where he played their dad.
Ha ha ha.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
you
Which,
seen
by the way, was
Challengers
a
yet?
fucking great movie. I have not seen Challengers yet, and I'll tell you why. Because I missed it in the theaters,
Mhm.
and
You get it now?
it's like $24 to rent, and I was like, no, I'm not.
Worth
I'm not giving that. I'm not giving that.
You would have paid more than that to go to theater with D.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm waiting for that and for Fall Guy to drop. The second those drop to under 10, I'm
Legacy
ready
and
to go.
influence on popular culture. A third bullet point and final one. A computer virus named after her spread worldwide beginning February
That's right.
2001.
Yeah. What's it called,
Infecting
Anna?
computers through an email in a matter of hours. No, it's Kournikova, I think.
Good for her.
What dumb fuck clicked on something called Kournikova?
I don't. And you clicked on it, and then you got the virus, and they call it the virus. is called it.
Congratulations, you got
A
Kournikova.
video game featuring
God, that sounds
Kournikova's
terrible.
likeness
Yeah.
appeared.
Or awesome.
Titled Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis, developed by Namco, released for PlayStation, 98. Not much about what she's doing now. Though. You know what I mean? They just toss all this stuff in here. It's like I seen it. Where is she now? It was reported in 2010 that Kournikova had become an American citizen.
I always wonder about that because obviously when you're an athlete, specifically tennis, you get in your prime.
Also,
so
she
early.
is married to him apparently.
To Enrique Iglesias.
Her Instagram bio is Anna Kournikova Iglesias.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting. Yeah, there's this whole timeline about their relationship on People that has like a lot of twists and turns, but like they all seem positive. Like
Okay.
there was no like, oh, they're not together anymore. It's just like I actually don't know why people would do this. Where it's like on October 18th, Enrique says he and Anna's love life has improved since becoming parents, and then on June 23rd, they share a sweet moment with their son. It's like what
We
the fuck?
smash
Why
a lot.
are you doing this?
That's weird. People
Kevin,
get-
she was on. It seems like there was a cover story about her on the May 2019 Russian Cosmo. If you could get me a copy of that, translate.
that'd be perfect.
January 21st, 2018, Anna Kournikova spotted dancing to Enrique Iglesias' song El Baño.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck, people?
El
This is
Baño?
weird.
Like the
El Baño.
It's the bathroom.
Yeah.
The lyrics are pretty basic.
God, he is a handsome man.
He's not bad looking. I mean, his dad was gorgeous.
I don't know who that is.
Julio Iglesias?
No,
I
really?
think so. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think they're related.
I mean, I believe
I
you.
might have just made that up.
I mean, the Enrique thing, I don't want to hear any slander about this. And like, if those videos are real, whatever, they don't exist. The J-Lo stuff is like, I think we might have talked about it already on the show,
Julio
but it
Iglesias.
is.
Wow.
Early life. Is that his father? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Julio Iglesias and Filipino.
I don't think that's just Julio Iglesias. I don't see
Yeah,
anything
can you
about
scroll
Enrique.
down to like where his
Oh,
sons
yeah,
are?
children, Enrique Iglesias.
Enrique
The
there.
first thing says right up the top there, right above.
Real life
Julio
Iglesias is
Ah, I apologize. Thank you so much.
Enrique
No.
Iglesias' his father. Yeah, Julio was a bad motherfucker back in the day. What were you saying? Oh, the J-Lo stuff.
The
Like, he's
J-Lo
fucking
stuff,
people up,
which
or-
like is absolutely insane. Like, have you heard about this J-Lo stuff,
She
Greg?
can't. Yeah, she cannot sing, right?
Where it's like J-Lo,
It's like
like,
Milli Vanilli.
not singing, like all that type of stuff, and then it's
I've
like,
heard none of
okay,
this.
no singing, and it's like, oh, she didn't even write the
What
song.
about
She
Waiting
didn't
for
even do
Tonight?
Like
this.
she has other vocals, right?
And so the
people that are
crazy
singing
thing,
her song.
so
she's pretty
Ao
amazing.
Edeberry was like a big part of this kind of getting
Poor
exposed.
Ao.
Because yeah, she was on some podcast and she was like, she's like, I have a conspiracy theory about J-Lo, and she starts going down the rabbit hole and it turned into this whole thing. And then Ao and J-Lo were on SNL together, and it was like they had a moment, whatever.
Oh, no.
A lot has happened. You should look into this because it's very interesting. But
That's
the
your homework.
Okay.
the craziest thing though is I was reading Ao's like parts
Who
of what
is
she was.
Ao?
Ao Edeberry.
From the Bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She had a theory about J-Lo?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
comedy. Like she was just like this, just fucking talking, but ended up like getting taken out of that.
It'd be like if
Dax Shepard.
if me and then that was cool, and then me and Dax Shepard became best friends.
Holy shit.
I manifested.
Well, they
that.
didn't become best friends, but
I'm saying this Splinter Cell universe, it would be the same energy. Can I please be best friends with Dax Shepard? That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
so they were going back through a list of songs that like J-Lo's not singing on, and it's like there's ghostwriters. That's just like a normal thing in the music
I got no
industry.
problem with
That's been for
Like,
years, forever.
The backup vocals or this or that or whatever. But then it's like, oh, these like classic J-Lo songs. It's not like weird deep cuts or anything. It's like J-Lo songs that I've heard 100 times at least. And I go back and I listen. And someone's like, hey, listen to this. Like, actually listen to this. And ask yourself, is this J-Lo or is this Christina Milian? And I listen to it and I'm like, that's fucking Christina Milian. Like, it's not just random singers. It's other pop stars.
It's crazy to me that they would have done that though, because she's a big
I'm
deal.
just not giving a fuck.
Zero, man.
It's
They got
so
away- I mean, they
weird.
got away with it for years.
The
She's been a pop
chorus
star for
is
years.
just not J-Lo.
Has she responded to these allegations?
Yeah, I mean, she put out the "This Is Me Now" movie thing.
What she
Experience.
That's
said,
bad,
what she
right?
said was this: "I don't give a fuck."
Well, I mean,
it's so rich. Everyone's like, "All right,
she
cool."
had to cancel a tour.
Did she?
Yeah,
Oh, tough.
things are not going well for J-Lo right now.
I mean,
No wonder
it's
she's got problems with Ben,
yeah, that's tough.
Professional
man.
stress, personal stress, that's bad. Bad combination.
It's you can't do that, man. You gotta be at least singing some of your shit.
Yeah,
Right?
and apparently she does sing some of it, but like there are songs where the majority of it is not her.
That's wild.
It's just crazy, and like the fact that it's like unknown. Like there's often uncredited singers on things.
Oh,
like
sure.
Flo Rida, like one of his first big hits was that Right Round song.
You spin me right round, baby, right
Yeah.
round.
And like
That's
that,
a
the
fucking
chorus
jam.
was Kesha, but like it was before Kesha was big, so it literally was just a Flo Rida song. It didn't say featuring anybody,
Yeah.
and retroactively they went back and now it says featuring Kesha.
yeah, 'cause Kesha's
when it first
huge.
dropped on the exactly, like you
Get
want
some
that,
SDs, right?
but it's like these are just J-Lo songs that don't say featuring anybody, and it's like contemporaries of hers. It's just wild
That's
stuff.
crazy. That's crazy.
But she's still singing.
Sometimes,
She's still performing too, and that's the other thing too. Is she is performing. She's a
Yeah.
good performer.
Mhm.
She obviously has been a phenomenal
What about
dancer her
Booty?
entire life.
When she sings Booty. With that girl,
I don't know.
Cool Girl doesn't like.
Iggy,
Iggy
Iggy,
Azalea.
yeah.
Iggy Iggs.
Oh man, Booty. That was a
Iggy on
moment in
top.
time.
It was.
That was a moment in time.
It was
Big booty,
Booty,
because
yeah.
Greg got that big booty.
Work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes on the shuffle, I don't stop it. You know what I mean?
Fuck no. I gotta put that back in the rotation.
I mean, anytime, man. You get that shuffle going, you'll have it. Don't worry about
I'll tell you what, Tim. I'm
Mhm.
excited for you to watch the beginning of Bennifer. No, which one was Bennifer? That was Ben and
Garner. Jennifer
Garner.
Yeah.
Bennifer, right? What was him and J Lo? Balo?
Blow. I don't
Blow?
think. I don't, were we
They
doing?
never
I don't
had
think we were
one.
doing names back then. We had so much free time. The
Excited-
internet wasn't popping off as
Excited for you to
much.
see the beginning of it in Daredevil.
Oh, that's right.
That's kind of how they met.
Oh, for real.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what. I think that
Exciting
was
times.
the impetus of their
God,
relationship.
when are we doing that?
This week.
In review this week for
I gotta watch it
Daredevil.
tomorrow.
Are you recapping or me?
I think I'm recapping that. I'll recap it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll take
Good to know. Thank
I've
you.
never seen it. I'm very excited.
Oh.
I hope it's as
I-
bad as everyone
I
says.
haven't seen it since I saw it Contemporary.
Yeah.
In Contemporary, we didn't know how good things could be.
Yeah.
So I don't have like this horrid hate for it. I just remember me and Poe and a bunch of idiots watching it downstairs on the old VCR. Being like, they're on a seesaw. That's weird.
It's a lot of great choices.
Tim, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, I'll remind everybody that this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Remember, if you like what we do, the best way to support us is with the Kind of Funny membership. With that Kind of Funny membership, you get good karma for supporting an 11-person small business. But beyond that, you also get all of our shows ad-free. The ability to watch us record this podcast live is recorded just like my dog Nick96, Gary III, Katie Butler are all watching live right now. And what Katie's talking about J-Lo, you know what I mean? Just want to make sure I'm caught up on
what's going on. Yeah.
and of course, you get the daily video multimedia experience podcast for viewing, listening pleasure, whatever you want, called Greg Way. But right now, you're not using your membership benefits that you can get on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or patreon.com/kindoffunny. So here's a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I am out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KF20 for $20 off each pair of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. This episode is brought to you by Harry's. I always hate when I buy something and then I talk to someone else and I realize I way overspent and they got it for cheaper. It's happened to all of us, but getting ripped off is no joke, especially when there's razors involved. The people at Harry's were tired of seeing everyday people paying way too much for low quality shaving products. So they found a way to make beautifully designed razors without laughably high prices. You can get better designed and better value grooming products made by a company that forged their own path in the grooming industry. Harry's has been keeping me looking right for years, and you already know I'm going to count on them for a high quality shave for my wedding. Highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry. No risk trial. You don't like your shave? No worries. It's on them. Convenient subscription options that allow you to cancel at any time, and you can stop getting ripped off. With Harry's, you can get a shave that's a cut above the rest. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/kindafunny. That's harrys.com/kindafunny for a $3 trial set.
This episode is brought to you by A Better Paradise. From the writers of the Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto series comes the new immersive audio fiction podcast, A Better Paradise, Volume 1 and Aftermath. Set in the near future, A Better Paradise tells the story of the ill-fated development of an ambitious but addictive digital game world project led by inventor and psychologist Dr. Mark Tyburn. As the advanced software they developed began to deliver unexpected and disturbing results, the team fell apart under strange circumstances and the project was abandoned. The game world and the super intelligence within were discarded, left dormant and undiscovered. Until now. I listened to episode 1 on my way to work today, and the thing that stood out, of course, are the performances, but then as an audio drama fan, it was the use of monologues. There's a whole bunch of talking here as it sets up the world that is not that far from us in the timeline and also not that far from us in the technology, which is disturbing, but I'm quite interested to see where it goes. A Better Paradise is out now and available everywhere you get your podcasts. Go listen today, and don't forget to follow A Better Paradise on your platform of choice to make sure you never miss an episode. Tim, we are less than 2 weeks from your wedding.
Nuptials.
How are we feeling? We haven't actually talked about
Yeah.
this immediacy of your wedding yet.
It's we've talked in little bits, and I feel like the thing that I said that just keeps being more and more true is I'm really realizing how getting older affects you. Like, and it's a morbid thing.
I just blew up my knee.
100%. Yeah. And it's crazy because I'm getting married on my birthday eve.
Yeah.
So at midnight, I will be turning 35 on my birthday.
What a nice present.
Which is fun.
Giving to yourself.
Exactly.
Present of love.
100%. But I really don't like that I don't got it like I used to. Like I'm working so hard on this. A lot of people are just like, there's so many things that blow my mind, but it's the internet and it's people, so I shouldn't be surprised.
Sure.
But the amount of people that are like, you've been engaged for 5 years. Like, how is the wedding not planned? That's not how things work. And there was a pandemic. Like, we didn't start planning this wedding until like fairly recently, all things considered. On top of that, I don't know who the fuck you think I am. You think my wedding's going to be just a normal ass wedding? No. It's a Kind of Funny live. You know what I mean? It's like, no way I'm just going to freaking do the thing. You know? I'm doing the thing like an idiot, like a total asshole.
Way too much. Way too much.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
So yeah, it's so funny when I'm like, yeah, no, you know how easy it is to plan a real wedding? Do that shit in one weekend. You know what I mean? Doing this shit? No, so much more. And I'm doing it to myself. And I don't know why. And the reason I am is because it's awesome. And I love it.
That's
I
something you
care
wanna do.
for it. Something I want to do.
You're invested.
And it's like, you know, I love this type of shit. I love the production. Literally, it is like my passion in life is this type of thing. And when it's about me and Gia, it's even more like, it's the most like, I can't believe I had this opportunity. I can't believe I have so many creative people around me to help. I think that's the thing that I love the most about it is how many of my friends are helping work on things. And then how many of my friends I'm not having work because I just want them to enjoy it or like take it in or surprise them. Because usually, like I think you guys are even good examples. I'm putting Nick to work, but but like I just want it to be kind of like a surprise and like fun stuff like from that perspective. I'm sorry if I'm speaking like an idiot because I haven't slept much, so it's hard to get my thoughts together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't sound like an idiot, by the way.
But anyways, with the
No more than normal.
with yeah, exactly. But with all of this, and I totally lost my train of thought. But where it's going down to is like, I'm so happy I'm doing this. I love doing this, but I can't believe how much more taxing video editing or like working on ideas or like trying to put like words down on paper of like this is how this is gonna go and all that stuff. It's just like it's not firing the way it used to, and like I hate it, you know. Like and I've been really good about delegating work out to people to help me out, and also to like put a restriction of like I need to go to bed by 12:30 every night. Like and there's been a couple times I've broke that because I've had to because of deadline things, but like I've been pretty damn good about that. But even with that, I'll wake up the next day and I'm just like, shit. Like I feel like half of me, and I don't know. Dude, not to turn this into such a bummer, but it's like just being real. It's like it's kind of scary for me. Where I'm like, "Fuck, man!"
Well,
like
you're pushing a Kind of Funny live, like you said. So I mean, it's a big deal.
It is,
dude.
but still,
but I feel you, man. I did a show Friday, and then I went to another venue, another club called Cheaper Than Therapy afterward, and they were midway through their late show, and I was just hanging out talking to a bunch of the younger comics. And as the show was wrapping up, I was like, I can't fucking wait to go home. I'm so tired of just like the socializing, all that stuff is super fun, but it zapped me. And as I'm thinking this, I'm hearing younger comics go, what after hours club are we going to? Did we get tickets for it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be open till 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Can we still, I'm like, 6
insane,
a.m.?
dude. No way.
What the fuck and some of them take a little stimulants to get to that level. I'm not going to lie. But for me, I'm like, I'm falling asleep in my soup right now. There's no way.
I mean, you have a job you have to go to and go do, right? Like, I mean, a lot of these are Chris Anka types. 8 p.m. roll out of bed.
Oh, you mean like architects?
Yeah. Just doodle away. You know what I mean?
Draw somewhere, pay for a little engineer, figure it out.
But Tim.
Yeah.
Are you worried? So, like, my question, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You've kept me in the dark.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I know there's a lot of video editing. I know it's going to be over the top. I know it's going to be a crazy ass Tim wedding. On the day, are you going to be able to enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
Or is it going to be like you have to be like, where's this video? Where's that thing? And what's this?
I mean, look, there's a lot to break down here, and this is a funny thing. I've been conscious about not bringing up the wedding. Like I've been trying to like not do that, not talk about it a lot on the podcast.
So we can
and
do
stuff.
this podcast right here.
I mean, not so much that, but just more just like I'm thinking about it's all I talk about and all I think about my entire life. And I'm just kind of like, I don't need to put that on you guys. You know what I mean? And once it's over, once you see it, I also just feel like the more I talk about it, like I'm trying something different with this than anything I've ever done in my life. I have the biggest mouth. I want everybody to know the cool things I'm working on and how cool it is and all this stuff. So it's like, I can't keep secrets like that. This is easily the most secrets I've ever kept about a project I'm working on from people. And like, I'm not trying to hype this up as if there's like a million surprises or stuff. It's literally just, I just want I want people to enjoy this, you know?
I hope he does the thing like in Hunger Games where like it's one dress, but then they set fire to it and it's another dress. That's
super cool, like cosplay competitions.
Yeah.
Where they do one thing like.
I mean, what is a bummer is the amount of things that I want to do that aren't just going to work out.
Left
You know
on the
what I
cutting
mean?
room floor.
No, but overall,
hey,
like
there's always a chance another marriage.
There always is. I don't think I'd
speaking.
go this hard for it, but
10-year anniversary, do that.
Yeah, something crazy. But anyways, yeah, I'm very excited. I think day of it's going to be insane. And yeah, I mean, going back to how I'm feeling, like I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. It's going to break me. Like I am going to be running around doing a lot of things, but I've learned a lot from Kind of Funny Life 1, 2, 3, prom, other events we've thrown, so many different things. Like this is easily the most prepared I've been this far out. The most assets are complete. There's a handful that are being worked on, but it's like, that's just how things go. Like that was always part of the plan. So it's like, I'm feeling like on schedule with a lot of this shit.
Kevin. Great job.
Which is very, very
Oh my God.
awesome.
Can I be Stanley Tucci? Can I be your Stanley Tucci?
I think
Always.
honestly, I'm expecting Tucci to be here. The Tooch.
Is that Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah, and look at him. He knows what's
I never
up.
saw this movie, and I feel like I need to.
Really? This isn't the one we slept through?
They're interesting films. They're very young adult. Did you see that? Side note, did you see that thing going around Twitter where it was like Ice-T thinks that more ladies would be into him than Lenny Kravitz? Bro, you're delusional. Lenny Kravitz is still incredible looking.
That's very funny.
It's
I mean,
pretty
but
fucking
Ice-T's
funny.
awesome.
Ice-T's awesome, but
He was very
it was a
nice.
very
He was very nice to everyone at Ghostbusters.
I mean, I love Ice-T. I always love Ice-T. Law and Order SVU, but it was a very unflattering comparison because they were both shirtless, and Ice-T, you know, he's the older guy.
Dad bods are in right now.
Lenny Kravitz is jacked still. I mean, he's still
Rat
like
Boys.
very, very good looking.
Rat Boy Summer.
Rat Boy Summer.
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it?
Girls are into these days. Little rat boys.
What's a rat boy? Like
Barry,
we got a little.
Barry Keegan. He's a rat boy.
I
Oh,
think
'cause he looks a little like a
not
rat?
rap. R-A-T, Rat Boy.
Rat.
Because he looks kind of.
Yeah.
He's a good looking dude.
Mhm.
That guy's popping.
See that video with him and Christina Carpenter?
Sabrina.
Sabrina Carpenter. Who's Christina Carpenter?
She's an actor from I want to
She
say
from
she's
The
an actor from
Carpenters?
Buffy.
No, that's Charisma Carpenter.
Okay, then I don't know. I don't know. Wow, you had that on the. You were there,
Hey,
man. Buffy
you want to
fans.
talk about Buffy? Come on now. There was a show you could set your watch to. I'm all about Buffy.
Fair enough.
Can't believe they did Angel the way they did. Remember? And he came back and then she stabbed. Oh, fuck. Jesus, man. Buffy.
That's Charisma Carpenter.
Yeah.
Which one did you say?
I said
Christina
Christina
Carpenter?
Carpenter. Give me a
Mm.
Christina Carpenter. Is she
There's
from
gotta
The
be one.
Carpenters?
Carpenter.
That's what I googled.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Then I guess, yeah, it's just Charisma Carpenter. There you go.
Scream?
Well, I mean, I
don't know.
love Scream, but she's an unseen resident of Woodsboro, California.
Yeah, maybe this is.
Yeah, probably
I
not
got it.
where I was going. Not where I was
That's
going with
so
that.
funny.
Anyways, hot music video with her and him, Barry Keegan. But now I see him, and I just see the Joker, you know?
Yeah.
And then I also see the Eternals, and I get real angry. Fucking waste of my time.
I never saw Saltburn, but I mean that
Dude.
was the one that kind of popped him, right? That was the one that kind of broke him. And everyone's like, okay, he's the heartthrob guy now. But I like the guy.
we turned on
great.
Saltburn.
Yeah.
And we weren't even through the opening credits. I'm like, stop. This movie wants to be pretentious. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Put something else on. And then Jen watched it by herself. She's like, you really like it? I'm like, I do not want to watch Saltburn. I've heard all about it. I've heard all the things that the gross. I got it. I'm fine.
I had a similar experience with the one Emma Stone just won an award for, the A24
Poor
movie,
Things.
Poor Things, where everyone's like, Joey was like, going, don't know anything about it. I was like, I'll see if I catch it. And then one day I slept in just a little too long on a Saturday. I think I woke up at like 10:30, and I walk out and Danielle's on the last 20 minutes of that film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. I saw the style.
Yeah.
Good enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it.
We did, what we do is you end up buying these things and watching them in peace because, somebody gets tired. One of the parents drops. Ben doesn't go to bed as early as he should have.
Right.
And so, yeah, Poor Things, night one. And I was like, got it. And then Jen wanted to watch the next day. I'm like, I'll be next to you playing The Portal. I'm fine. I don't need to. You know what I mean?
There's
I'm
so
good.
that I think you want to talk about feeling old, feeling your age. I really do think that's a hallmark of me being in my 40s, is that I get 5 minutes into a movie. I might have paid for it too and be like, nope, not for me.
I ain't got time for this.
No, I'm not wasting my time with this. I got other shit I want to do.
I gotta watch Bad Boys 1 and 2 again.
I mean, fucking first off,
Whatever brings you joy.
I get it.
right now I'm on a weird X-Files kick
Good for you.
because I realized I was like, I've never seen the X-Files after David Duchovny left. And they got Robert Patrick and they got I never saw it. I didn't realize. I forgot Robert Patrick was in the X-Files for so long.
Earlier today, you were telling a story and you mentioned that you then went and watched, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, of course. And I'm like, he must be doing a rewatch. He must be doing things. So to be like, I'm watching the X-Files specifically after David Duchovny left.
Well, it gets weird because they got Robert Patrick, and I forget the other actress's name. She's a famous actress. You've seen her in a ton of stuff. But they basically are the new Fox, Mulder, and Scully.
Yeah.
But Dana, and then Gillian Anderson's still on it, but she's kind of a cider character. I was like, that's a pretty fucking good season, man. YouTube TV.
Sure.
It starts off. Dee's been watching all of the Law and Order Criminal Intents,
Yeah.
which for some reason on YouTube TV are on two separate channels.
Love it.
It's like one's like the crime channel and the other one's the charge channel. Like you caught a charge.
Interesting.
And one has really good quality, the other is shitty quality. But she's just been watching those. And then right after one was on, it was X-Files. And I'm like, I'm going down this rabbit hole. And here's where we're going. This is my new obsession.
I like see, I had a similar thing, but obviously I stopped myself of just like, TikTok. What a great service of just showing me my favorite clips from things in the past.
Sure.
And so I'm watching fucking West Wing clips now. That's the algorithm. And I'm like, oh man, when fucking the president got shot, I'm like, yeah, this is dope. When he fucking, he remembers Charlie comes in and fucking, they have a great conversation. Oh yeah, the West Wing, what a fucking show. But then I'm like, I had been doing like right around 2016, right? Yeah, right before dating Jen. I had been doing a giant while we'd finish the stuff in the spare bedroom, and then I would just go back to watching The West Wing, and I was marathoning, and I was trying to put together where did I stop, and I was like, oh, you know where I stopped? Like what Rob Lowe left, and they brought in that other guy, and I was like, then I know I've never watched it consecutively, but I know then Jimmy Smits gets involved, and I was like, maybe I should go, and I'm like, you know what? No. I saw the best seasons. I don't need to go to where they're like, we got to stop making the West Wing.
It's funny, man, because I have such a low tolerance for Aaron Sorkin shows now.
Outrageous.
I know, it's kind of crazy. Like I used to be a huge American President fan. You know that movie with Michael Douglas.
Why are you not? Why are you saying past tense?
I don't know. I started watching it again,
Benning,
and I was like, oh, this movie's so overly written.
Oh, fuck you.
They're just talking constantly. I don't know. I mean, I just don't have the patience for it. I tried going back and watching West Wing, and I was like, there's so much talking and walking in this movie, in this show. So much.
Over here, Alex G3B says, has Greg started Modern Family, or is he still just going off of TikTok clips? Lol. I'll have you know, I did start Modern Family. I made it through about 4 episodes doing the dishes. This is years ago now.
Never liked that.
Yeah, I still prefer TikTok. It's a hilarious show.
Phenomenal.
I just saw the one where Cam and the other guy, I forget his name, are at dinner next to the guy, and he's about to propose, and it was fucking great. What a show. You know what I mean? Ed O'Neill.
Come on.
Awesome. Cooper Fuqua in the chat says Gillian Anderson in Sex Ed is so good. Love her.
Oh my God.
That fucking show is so good. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it. It's so good.
Sex Ed's a great show.
And now the actor that plays Eric is the new Doctor Who. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's gonna be that actually might get me to watch Doctor Who for the first time.
It
ever.
won't. You'll see the stupid screwdriver.
No, because you know what? I logged on to watch it the other day, and actually, I wanted to start watching it on Sunday, and instead, me and Dee watched the Beach Boys documentary that Disney Plus. Disney Plus has been on a tear of awesome documentaries. There's that.
Disney Plus is hilarious right now.
Is it?
Log in, fucking Saw 1 through 7's there.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
you see the people complaining online about that?
It's great. It's just great.
Why should I need to see this on Disney Plus? I'm like, they're making a good point.
God.
This is a good point. Good for
What was the
Deadpool,
other one you said?
man.
Sorry, Beach Boys and...
Jim Henson. There's a really good Jim Henson documentary.
Sure.
But you should watch the Beach Boys one first.
Nah, I'm good.
Never been into Beach Boys.
I like their music fine.
It's very interesting only because my only touchstone of that is my dad used to be in a band when he was in high school and college.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things
What did Big
where
Lou play?
he played drums.
Nice.
He's a drummer and vocals. And they used to play our Catholic school's like fair every year,
Nice.
and all they played was Beach Boys.
Nice.
And I was like, what a fucking dork. That all they play is these. They played like Beach Boys, and occasionally they'd mix in like Kenny Loggins, and then occasionally they'd mix in like some maybe Hall & Oates, and I was like, this is fucking dork music. I don't understand this. I don't respect it. Flash forward to me in my 40s, all of them are bangers.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back in time and just hear my dad cover those songs
That'd be
with
awesome.
that band and be like, you're playing, like, they used to play Help Me Run to Hell. And I was like, what a dorky. And my mom and all of her friends would dance. They'd be like dorky. They'd be like, this is all they do. And they'd have like one Coors Light, and that would be enough for them. But man, if I could go back now in my age and just be like, this is because they fucking nailed it. They were like good musicians, and they had like, one of their keyboardists is like a phenomenal. She's like, she's like a sound mixer in Hollywood, so she was great too. But so I was like, I'll watch this Beach Boys documentary because I don't know too much about them, and I had no idea how A, prolific they were, and B, how much of a big rivalry they had with the Beatles, and how both of them pushed each other. Like the Beatles would like when he did Pet Sounds. There's this phenomenal part that I'll spoil for you in the documentary where one of the Beach Boys was touring, and I guess Brian Wilson just never wanted to tour.
Yeah.
So there was two Beach Boys. There was Brian Wilson and the Wrecking Crew that would record, and then there was the actual Beach Boys that would. Basically, if you're like, I want to stay in the studio, Nick, you go out and you represent Kind of Funny, but you were here. That's exactly what happened. But there's a moment where they're in England on a tour, and they had Pet Sounds. And one of the guys was like, I have it, and he was like showing it to people, like playing it for them. And he gets a call, and he goes, hey, Paul and John want you up in the room. They want to hear Pet Sounds. And he goes, so I got to sit across from Paul McCartney and John Lennon and play them for the first time, the album, and see the look in their faces when they realized how fucking good it was.
Yeah.
He was like, what a moment for me. And they were like, damn it, this is one of the best albums ever made.
Are the Monkees in the documentary at all?
No. When you grew up, did you think the Monkees and the Beatles were as big as one another?
100%.
Me too.
Yeah, they were just presented that way to
They
us.
were the Monkees.
Yeah. Shit.
These guys are as big as
People
the
say
Beatles.
they're monkeying around. Yeah.
I
their
mean, they
own
wouldn't be
fucking
in
show.
the Beach Boys, right? They'd be in the Beatles documentary.
Because they were British.
I would love to see when the Monkees played their album in front of that bitch Sean and fucking Ringo. they had the realization this is crap. This is schlock. You're a parody. How'd you get in this room? Get out of here, Davy Jones.
Davy fucking Jones, man.
The
My
monkeys
God.
were a thing, though, right?
They were.
Yeah.
I used to watch them on what the hell was? Yeah,
Nick
Nick.
and Night.
That's right.
I loved it.
I just thought I'm like these guys are bigger than the Beatles.
Yeah, and they were.
I didn't realize it was
Davy
a
Jones was
parody.
on
Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch. Thank you very much. You got there for me.
You want to talk about the Brady Bunch touchdown? The first episode I watched of X-Files last night was the one where it's with the kid from the older brother from
Brady Bunch.
Al Bundy.
Oh, okay, yeah, from Married with Children.
Yeah, David Fashion or whatever
Yeah.
his name was. He's in this episode. He cameos in it, and it's him and his buddy. And his buddy's like, "That's the fucking house. It's a Brady Bunch house." And it's like one story. He's like, "That's not Brady Bunch house." He goes, "No, when you look inside, it's the Brady Bunch house." And they sneak in. It is the Brady Bunch house. You're like, "Fucking X-Files rocks, dude. How is this happening?"
That's cool. I
I'll
like
be
that.
back in.
I like that. Did they get trapped in there by an alien or some shit?
You want spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go watch this one tonight.
It ends with he's like well, the scene ends with Ted Bundy, not by Ted Bundy. Right? Fuck, what's his name?
David Faustino.
Yeah, but what's the character's name?
Bud Bundy.
He shall be referred to forever as Bud Bundy. Running out of the house, he's like, "Dude, this is getting too crazy." And then the other guy lands on his hood,
Oh,
like land.
had he
dead.
disappeared or something? Or
He went. He was still in the house, and we don't know how it happens, but he just lands dead, like gets shot, skyrocketed into the air. And it turns out Ben Linus from Lost,
Yeah.
is in. He's one of the main characters. He's got the power of the telekinesis,
Yeah.
and he just catapulting people out of the fucking roof that sneak into his house.
That's
and they
awesome.
just keep, it's fucking rad. And then the next day, he complains to
X-Files.
the FBI. He's like, "This happened," and the X-Files gets called because it's a weird paranormal thing. And then the next day, he runs in to try to kill the guy because he's like, "So for my best friend," and they find him embedded in the grass outside of the house because he gets shot, put it out through the fucking thing.
X-Files, dude. What a time
X-Files
to be alive.
rocked.
You had X-Files going. You had Unsolved Mysteries. Erie, Indiana was way before that, but it was also
Shout
out
out
there.
to Erie,
You had Tales
Indiana.
from the Crypt.
Yep.
We
Oh,
had so much great
awesome.
fucking.
We
We
had
had
'em all.
sightings.
Goosebumps.
Oh my god, Goosebumps! What a fun time to be a horror fan. You know what I
Man.
mean? It's great now, but don't get me wrong. But like sci-fi horror shit, I remember that was like destination viewing Friday night after the pizza. Was it Friday or Sunday?
Friday night. I
Friday
think.
night. After
Fuck
we had the
Fridays.
pizza, it's dark, it's getting spooky, 8 o'clock, I think, in Chicago. X-Files comes. Fuck. And like, I loved it when they were more committed to Freak of the Week. When it was like
Before they got into the Smoky Man and all the real hardcore conspiracies with all that
and
stuff.
even
it
that
kinda
I liked
bogged it
fine,
down.
but when it just became now like Fox is getting pulled in his sister, and then Jillian's pregnant with an alien baby, and it's like, all right,
You're
can't we
talking
just
season 6, season 7 when they just started
those
going really
first
kinda
fucking
crazy.
seasons were so good.
Yeah, they were awesome, and like Mulder was just kind of a conspiracy nut, and
Yeah.
Scully was the didn't believe in any of it, and
Yeah.
got drawn in. It was great. Yeah, there's that.
They don't make them like that anymore, Tim.
They don't. I never
They
saw
usually
it.
over there watching White Rapper. You know what I mean?
That's all I got, man.
We've talked about it before, so we don't have to belabor the point.
Wishbone.
The dog. I wasn't going there, but yeah, right. Shout out to Wishbone.
Shout out to Wishbone.
But like, there is, I don't at all, but I do like in this conversation. I do kind of miss cable, and I do kind of miss when it was slower and there was fewer. There wasn't a million streaming services that all had something awesome to watch. That all were the hottest thing you needed to be watching at that moment. When it could be something could live and breathe for a while because there was so much shit around it.
Dude, get YouTube TV. I'm watching X-Files on YouTube TV.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it wouldn't be the same thing of like X-Files destination viewing all
fair.
week long at
Cultural
school. You're
shit.
talking to your friends about it. Your nerdy little friends about what's
yeah.
going to happen.
Let me pitch you on the experience I had last night watching this, and you just decide on your own
I'm
time
shut my eyes to listen.
whether
And
or
also 'cause I'm
not
trying to fight an allergy sneeze.
good
I
for
hate
you.
the ragweed. The ragweed's blooming.
I get it. You decide whether or not this is experiences for you.
Yeah.
I'm watching X-Files with no lights on,
No pants on.
and the first commercial comes on, and I get this touch of nostalgia from when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just don't remember there being this many Blue Chew commercials. And then when X-Files first aired, it's just nothing but hot models being like, my man, something's different. It's all
Yeah.
Blue Chew commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. And I had this thought, Tim, and I was like, maybe I should ask Tim. I was like, are they just
Is it
serving me
targeted?
these commercials? Are these
I mean, YouTube
targeted
TV
ads?
does like YouTube TV is very weird because sometimes it'll be the actual TV commercials, and sometimes it is weird targeted.
It is. YouTube thinks
ad
that
roll
I cannot
stuff.
get it up.
Yeah, shit.
It is
For me, it's
committed
been-
to my erection.
my TikTok is committed to me getting hard because they have been showing Hims now is into like fucking
ED pills, yeah.
but they're doing
And-
like
and
mints.
Ozempic and
They're like
shit.
mints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like get your dick hard, eat a mint.
Oh man,
Shit, do I have bad breath or a limp dick? I don't know.
dude, him sells everything. I went online just anecdotally to be like, I wonder what they have for like weight loss stuff,
Yeah.
just to see. And man, they'll fucking prescribe you anything.
Yeah.
They prescribed me like 300 milligrams of SSRIs to lose weight. I was like, Jesus Christ! And then you just give that to you. You answer 3 things. It's like, here you go. You got this medication now on the way in the mail.
Cool.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Power of it. You know what I mean?
Crush it up, snort it, get happy.
That's what you do with it.
That's what I think. That's
You
what
gonna boof it?
that's what the kids at the club do with it.
I don't think the kids at the club are snorting Ozempic.
No, not Ozempic. SSRIs are like Wellbutrin or like they're like antidepressants. That's what they tried to give me. Now they have the license to sell Ozempic, but prior to Ozempic, they were like, we'll just give you a shit ton of like mood altering drugs so that if you're happier, I guess the theory being if you're happy, then you'll just inherently lose weight. You won't eat your feelings away like I do some nights. But I don't know. Now you can get Ozempic, but I'm terrified of it after you hear all the side effects.
That's scary.
It's pretty cool. We should all do it.
It's pretty cool.
That and TRT. Let's go bald and just be hella skinny and jacked. What do you think?
Is that how Roger did it?
I'm not starting a rumor about
Okay.
No, let's not even go there.
I'm not
Ladies
saying
and
it,
gentlemen, this
No.
has been the Kind of Funny podcast.
but he lost his hair very fast.
Each and every week,
And now he can
sometimes
squat a
5
bus.
best- Gather on this
I
table.
saw him tip
Hate
a fucking
everybody.
Volkswagen Bug over the other day.
in a fit of rage. Oh shit!
Yeah, go for it.
I want to give a shout out, Kevin and Nick. You'd help me out. A24 movie. God damn it! Oh, I'm blanking on her name. Kristen Stewart. She owns the gym.
Love Lies Bleeding or whatever.
Yeah,
it
we
is.
watched that 2 nights ago.
What'd you
That
think?
was a hell of a flick. That was fun. I like that one.
Yeah, that lady in it.
I mean, disturbing,
the other
but-
actor, and it's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Katie.
I was like, how isn't she
Brian?
She-Hulk? You know what I mean?
Great question.
I
She could've
digress.
done it.
Not that what's her
Andor.
name in She-Hulk was bad. I like
Tatiana,
it. Thank you very much. But
yeah.
she could have done both roles. I feel. Anyways, Kind of Funny podcast. It's been fun doing it with you. Remember, of course, we're here each and every week. You can watch us record it live with your Kind of Funny membership. Of course, you can get the Kind of Funny membership on YouTube.com/KindofFunnyGames, Patreon.com/KindofFunny. You get all the shows ad free. The ability to watch us record the afternoon podcast live as record them, and of course, the daily multimedia experience known as Greg Way. No bucks toss our way. No big deal. You can get it on YouTube.com/KindofFunnyGames podcast services around the globe. No matter where you get the Kind of Funny podcast. Thank you for your support. And no, until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
I'm just saying, if I see Roger crash through one more wall like the Kool-Aid Man.